Oh, yeah. Well, I have no idea what that's going to be titled. But let me go ahead and open this up. As you can see my screen, but I can't see myself. That's okay. As always, so we'll figure this out. Let's see what this looks like. I know you're just joining me now, potentially. You get to see all the stuff that's on my thing there. Instructions to research. Oh, it's the same title as last time. That's interesting. Well, I wonder if I can edit it live. Nope. It says live now though, so that's interesting. That's so goofy. I'm gonna have to change that thumbnail. But that's fine. I'll change the title too. We'll do that later. Let's see here. I guess I have no way. Do I really have no way of looking at the comments? Oh gosh, that's annoying as all get out. Oh boy. Let's see here. Let's go back over here. I guess I do. What I'll do is I'll hop on my phone. That'll probably be the easiest. That way I don't have to switch back and forth from anything. Yeah. I don't want an HD copy. I don't understand this HD copy thing. I don't get it. I don't understand anything about that. Can I not view? Come on, guys. This is pathetic. Can I? Okay, there we go. I just have to turn the volume down here. And I should be able to see the live chat. So I will see any comments. It's obviously going to be pretty seriously delayed. But at least I've got that. So, hey. The delay in what I'm seeing in the stream and what's happening in reality is like 4 to 5 seconds, which is kind of interesting. So, yeah, I've got you guys in chat. This is actually a perfect time to go ahead and ask me questions if you have questions, and I will be able to respond to them right away. So we've got we've also got chat accessible here. We've got Facepalmer. Facepalmer is with us. So so we got a chat here, but the chat in the video will work just as well. There will be a better record that way. So this is our document that we've been working on, and like I said, I'll go ahead and update you now and let you know that I have been in contact today with Operation Rescue, and those guys get it. I need to correct myself. We need to see a lot more of this green right there. Right there. So I need to correct myself. I got it really, really incorrect. It really, really wrong. I had said 1793 or whatever. I was basing that number unbeknownst. I didn't realize that I was basing that on extremely old information. What do I have here? Yeah. Postcards, guys. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. Postcards have a 100% view. Supposedly 100%. I'm sure that's not a true stat, but like you can't help but look at them. You're just like, oh, I know this is an ad, but it's a postcard. I mean, this is like a super simple postcard, but this thing says sell your property without stress. And I'm like, oh, well, let me check that out. I might just call you guys. It's a dude. I mean, he works for a company, but it's got like this guy's name and email address. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. What kind of operation we got going on here? Phenom, apparently you're new. So what we have here is we are going to be utilizing the list that I have here that you see on the screen, and developing it and broadening it and adding details. You see, I can point with my hand, but that doesn't do anything. I'll point with my cursor. Oh, look, a little hand popped up there for a second. Oh, look at that. I'm going to be identifying the owner. Let's see how much of my body is getting caught. Okay. Identify the owner, the address, potentially phone numbers associated with that, multiple doctors or other points of contact, and all that good stuff. So this is the list. I realized once I learned, and just keep on scrolling down. So you got gaps in between each state. So that would be like 50 gaps, because we got District of Columbia there too. So there's 50 gaps. So we take the total number, and then there's the title. So that's 100 gaps between the list. So we take the total number, which is 733. You subtract 100. 633, and then the one, two. So 631. My estimate here is that we have 631 facilities, and I learned today, as of today, there are 702 facilities. Now there's going to be some of the facilities on this list that are halted, some that are closed, some that are active. That's going to be the 3 categories. When I talked to the Operation Rescue dude, he said he thought it was a fine idea, and most folks that get it, they want to do anything that we can in a loving, truthful, legal, kind, truthful way to fix the problem. And that involves building a relationship with people that are considering, right? Correcting lies. So completely rejecting the idea of birth control as a phrase that is acceptable, and identifying it as an evil phrase, because it implies that you're controlling the birth rather than controlling abstinence or some type of barrier method. And for people that are even against the barrier method, you've got, I'm going to completely draw a blank on the official name, but the timing of the month. You do the temperature thing and timing of the month, and it's got a fancy name, and I can't remember. But I had a pastor friend that him and his wife used that method. They had, like, to date, they're in their 30s, upper 30s, and they have like 5 kids. It could be a lot worse. They're actually pretty effective, and that's the method that they use. And it's the way it was done for like hundreds and hundreds of years. So just time of the month and stuff. So anyway, it's good stuff. But anyway, hi, Breath of Fresh Bear. Thanks for being here. And I'm not familiar with the Billings method, no. Yeah, I've got 3 kids, all in bed right now, taking a nap. They will literally be up any moment when they hear my voice, because I was pretty quiet there for a little while, and that's kind of why I'm still talking low. So hopefully I'm able to be heard adequately, but they'll be up and around. So I will abruptly end the stream when that happens. But I wanted to be here to answer some questions regarding research. I'm going to go ahead and hop on one of these and show you how it's done. Show you my process and the process that I believe will be effective. Okay, so mucus to figure out how much ovulating, which days to abstain to avoid pregnancy. Yeah, absolutely. Self-control is okay, guys. Yes, in marriage, um, there needs to be a level of um, cooperation, submission. I know that that is an evil word to a lot of people, but on the other hand, it's okay to be patient, to have self control within marriage, to time things. It's absence makes the heart grow fonder. You've heard, and it works. Spacing time out. Um, it's like cake, guys. You don't want just icing. Yeah, some people grab the can of icing, icing. It's like cake. Really good, like it's got to be, everything's got to be good. When it's all good and balanced, you can eat a whole lot more of it and enjoy it a whole lot more. When it's just icing, you take a couple of bites, you enjoy it, and you get sick if you have too much. Um, a good relationship, good marriage is like the whole cake, all aspects. Um, I could go into that for hours, and that's not what this stream is about. Um, it's good, sing along. Thanks for sharing. And I mean that sincerely. Hopefully, any other of the female bears that are reading the chat go back to the live chat and see what she's saying, because it's good stuff. I agree. Thank you for the volume affirmation there. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Sing along. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into things because I probably don't have much time. I'll try not to just completely go off the rail and cut the stream. I'll just be like, hey, you need to be quiet. Go back to your room and play for a minute. That's probably what I'm going to end up saying, so I can wrap things up. I was just wondering what that big loud noise is. It was a massive bus driving through the neighborhood. School bus. All right. I just had a horrible vision. I'll just share my vision. Sometimes I have daymares. It's like nightmares, but during the day. And I just envisioned a world where all the kids were gone. I don't know why that came to mind. Probably because we're talking about abortion. It's terrifying. Whew. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take Acacia Women's Center here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the address. What we do is we copy and paste the address into just a simple Google search. We'll open up a new tab, make it easy. Paste it in here. It's simple, guys. Very simple. So this happens to be Arizona. Grabbing the zip code is the next step. Then we go back over here so you know where to find this link. I believe I was going to put the link up here so you didn't have to change tabs. But I added some new information here on the instructions page. So I put a map, which again I'm pointing with my hand instead of the cursor. I put a map here, and this is a distance to the nearest abortion. So everywhere you see that's red means that it's extremely far away from a clinic. So that's kind of interesting. I thought that map was pretty interesting. As you see, it was updated 2 years ago, which is about the same age as the list that we have. So you can see where the most hellish spots in America are. This area, obviously. This little U-shaped area here, Atlanta, and then the entire coastal area of California. And I imagine that the red area in between these two blue lines is probably a mountain range. That's my guess on why there's a gap between there. Lots of Texas is extremely opposed, and then you see that this eastern side of Texas has some clinics. So I thought that that was a really interesting map. We've got this website right here, Ann Rose, who, when I was speaking to the Operation Rescue guy, he mentioned Abby something, I believe, so maybe not this lady, but this lady developed a abortion clinic's website. She's extremely, I mean, it's evil. You gotta, evil is evil. So I glanced through her website. I put the link to her website right here, abortionclinics.com. And you can read their still man, right? They believe what they're saying. You can read they are literally telling women to stay away from crisis pregnancy centers because they're fake abortion clinics. I don't think that any crisis pregnancy centers claim to be abortion clinics. So I think it's hilarious in a sad, desperately sad kind of way. I think it's hilarious that this lady and the people associated with her are calling crisis pregnancy centers fake abortion clinics. It's all part of the agenda and disinformation, misinformation, and anyway, you get it. I assume that you understand what I'm talking about. I was actually on that tab for a reason. Let me go back. We're going to go to the top. This is the link right here. You got to click it one time and then you click it again. We'll kill that tab over there. No need, because it just pulls up a new tab. And we're just going to do it the easy way. So we're going to paste the zip code. This is the easiest way. It's Maricopa County. I've done a lot of refinances for Maricopa with my job. I know Arizona pretty well. I do a lot of the refis that I process are in Arizona, so this will be fun. Far as my memory serves me, their websites are very nicely organized. As I said before, there's a couple of states that are horrifying, just horrible. New Hampshire, I believe, is one of them. There's a couple of areas in New England and California that are just horrible in regards to trying to get information. So what we're going to use is probably Assessor. Just glancing through all of these, I'm going to go to Assessor first. I believe that that'll probably be the best result. We got to go back over here because I don't have perfect memory on this address that we're looking up. We are taking 1615 Osborne Road, which, how ironic is that an abortion clinic, a clinic's the wrong word, by the way. I'm going to start using the word mill, an abortion mill, because that's what Operation Rescue calls it, and I think it's a lot more appropriate. An abortion mill is on Osborne Road, and I'm not sure what os, etymologically, I'm not sure what os means, or could possibly mean, but I just find irony in the word born having anything to do with an abortion mill. It's about that flip the world upside down kind of thing that they do. So you see how easy this was. I went to the Assessor page. Again, this, just so you know, I clicked Go to Data Online. Anytime you're on Netter and you see View Website, it means that you're not going to be able to find any information. So only click on links that say Go to Data Online, okay? But then we go here, click here, I'm going to paste that on in there, go and hit Enter, see what happens. Sometimes you have to be careful about how you enter, because if you provide too much information, you're not going to find it. But this came up perfectly fine. We've got the right address, we got the subdivision, other fancy information like the subdivision, the track, and the, I'm guessing on what those things mean. I don't know what those are exactly. I don't know. But apparently it's a condominium. That's unusual to me. But we're gonna we're going to save this information. So I'm going to take FM Services Company. This is all you got to do. This is simple, guys. It's very simple. You just copy and paste, copy and paste. So I click here under the owner name, and we'll just update, right? We're going to put that there. It's better to type it in here than to just paste directly to the cell, because that way you're carrying the data and not erroneous links that may or may not be helpful. Click enter, it fills in, it turns from the pale yellow color, peach, pale peach, whatever, it doesn't matter. So then when we want to add more information, what we'll do is we'll just come up here, we'll click insert, and we will not do a comment because it's a little different, but it looks like right there, Shift F2. I'm on a MacBook Pro and the keyboard doesn't work that way exactly, so I'd have to do extra. But you see, it's simple. You do note, and we can add notes. We can add details. It's pretty simple. So let me go back over here, see what we can learn. See if we can do some clicking around. How am I supposed to call you when you're streaming, LOL? Baldy. It's not quite 3 o'clock my time. I'm trying to remember what time zone you're in. I suppose you're in Eastern. I wasn't trying to mess things up for you. But my phone I'm only using for the purpose of reading comments. So either we can talk when I'm through with this video, which would be fine. Yeah, Abby Johnson is who Operation Rescue was talking about. And they said Abby Johnson stole their data and used it for her own purposes. And dude, Operation Rescue, good people, good people. All right, Baldy, I appreciate that. We'll work it out. I want to talk to you. I'm scrolling through these comments. I missed some of them. Yeah, I missed a lot of them. Good grief. Yeah, Abortion Mills. Yeah, the name. Thanks for the amazing comments the other day. Looks similar to the map of women and men voting Republicans versus Democrat. Interesting. Yes, please do. I've been sharing this. God is good. You're just talking amongst each other, basically. I get it. But I like to be in. You know, I like to figure out what's going on in our lives. I really care about edifying each other and supporting, lifting up, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm here for. That's not going to change, guys. Even when I have 100,000 subscribers and I've quit my job and YouTube is supporting me. I'm kidding. Even when I'm big and famous and amazing, more amazing than I already am, and everybody looks up to me as some role model. I'm being completely sarcastic right now, guys. I'm being ridiculous. So you click on this, and real property, and then we've got a rental property situation here. Owner SFR. I'm not sure how these are associated with each other. That's really weird. So I clicked on FM Services Company and 2 results came up, and I'm not sure what this second one down here has anything to do with, but what we're wanting is just more information on that, and that's going to require a different kind of search. So we type in FM Services Company, fetal massacre, fetal murder. I'm wondering if FM stands for fetal murder. FM Services Company, fetal murder company. It'd be, I mean, not hilarious, but potentially a good thing if FM Services Company watched this video one day. Probably will never ever happen, but they'd be like, I can't believe that guy thought FM stood for fetal murder. Why would he think such a thing? Well, maybe because you own a building that does just that, and it makes perfect logical sense. What about that? Service. You get to see all my typos. I can type 65 words a minute, but I'm at that backspace key every couple of letters. I'd be over 100 if it wasn't for a lack of accuracy. Company. And I'm going to type in Maricopa, okay, as an additional limiter. So when you're searching and doing research, you want to limit, but not do too much limitation. Hopefully that makes sense. Os means bone. Thank you, Breath of Fresh Bear. Bone, born. Born of bone. Interesting. Interesting, born of bone. Which would be woman. So Osborne could literally mean Eve, or of Eve. That could be some deep conspiracy material right there. The name Osborne is related to Eve being born of bone. You never know what's going to happen on one of these streams with comments and stuff. You're good. The comments said what you guys what the root of Os was. Yeah. Osborne, born of bone. That's exactly what you think. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you say born of bone and you think, well, who was ever born of bone? I mean, it's kind of like, well, there you go. All right, so what do we have here? We've got the results. You've been staring at it longer than me because I was distracted. 238 count owned facilities. 10.5 million gross feet. Maricopa, the Maricopa County Facilities Management Department. I'm not interested in it. Looking for FM Services Company, Maricopa. Phoenix Facilities Services. No, that's not it. FM. It wasn't FM Solutions, right? We've got, yeah, FM Services Company. That's what we're looking for. FM Services. You need to learn the other tricks of Google. Why does he only use Google? Guys, I think that Google has the biggest database. Bing can be helpful sometimes, but in regards to the massive amount of information, Google tends to be overall. FM Services. That's a career builder thing. Facility maintenance services. I don't know. I don't know if those are the same things. FM service, educational FM services. FM services. I don't know. Is John D. Russo? No. This could be. See, you see what I clicked on there that was interesting to me. It's got a date of 1992. It's got newspapers.com, and it's referencing. Oh gosh, this stuff annoys me so bad. Do I have to do something? Oh gosh. You're killing me. I don't use Facebook. My wife has Facebook. I've sworn it away. FM group, that's different. It's just different. Facilities management services. It doesn't include Maricopa. Probably isn't the same thing. FM Group Incorporated, that's not it. It takes being creative, guys. Sometimes you have to find some other means. I already clicked on this, so it's just researching the same thing. try start page. I don't care if they're searching what I'm doing there. Cold as ice beer. Bear. Cold as ice beer. Bear. I get it. So this is a possible connected entity, but I'm not trying to go off of too tangential. I want to keep it as close as possible. And FM Services Company. Sometimes you have to click on the parcel details to get more information. So you click here. It zooms into the actual property. It was last sold in $695. Sometimes what you'll get is a signature. So lot size, we got the zoning. It's residential zoning. That is really, it's near an elementary school. Why wouldn't it be? Got the tax valuation. So what sometimes you'll do is you'll be able to see who's been paying the bill. I'm still completely confused as to how this is a condo. Let me go back to the original. Just make sure we know what we're doing. 1615 East Osborne. Make sure we're even looking. If I've been looking at the wrong address, that'd be really... Yeah, this is saying 1040. I don't know how that happened, guys. How did this happen? Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? What did I do? I've made a grave mistake. I'm here looking up all this stuff unrelated. How did we get to 1040? I'm not understanding. That's not it. Gosh. Reports and data cells. No. Ugh. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm not embarrassed. I mean, I'm making these mistakes so that you don't have to. And I've been doing this for a while. I literally typed it in here. Well, no. Copied the wrong thing. What do we got? Search for parcels, addresses, and more. So what we want is this address. Copy. What I'm going to do, and I recommend this, is do this. Take off road and just do the street name. You can include the east. That's fine. I'm going to hit enter and see what happens here. Breath of Fresh Air, they are very good at hiding things. As you go through, you'll start noticing. See, I keep on getting 1040 here, and that's not what I want. So here's what we can do. Oh, I see now. There's a search. What we do is we just search the road. See, now we get an entire list. And that's why I was really confused. So we're looking for 1615. A neighbor would do, to some degree. Okay, see, this is interesting, right? That's 7351. And we can search the page. 1615. Whoopsie. I keep doing it. So there's no 1615, which makes no sense. Let's see what's going on here, guys. Let's see what's going on here. This is helpful too, you know, just look at it. We don't have to drive anywhere. Oh yeah, look at that word adopt. If there is a facility right here. My computer is really struggling because it's live streaming and trying to do the most energy intense thing that a computer can do, and that's Google. We're on East Osborne Road. So Google Maps is really intensive, especially for a 10-year-old computer. So we've got condos across the street. That is what those are. I mean, they kind of look commercially to some degree, but yeah, I get it. That's fine. Those are condos, more than likely. So we come back around here. So what we have here, I can't point with my hand, but I can point right here. Look at that. This area is video surveillanced. Well, that's interesting. Gosh, you really notice little details. I mean, it's kind of obvious. It's right there. But why is that an important detail? It's an important detail because a clinic, an abortion mill, that is the kind of place that would have, I'm trying to get a better angle here. So we see building here, we see parking, we see a door possibly there or right there. Need to go back this way. This way, maybe get even more of an angle. Oh boy, you killing me with the, come on now. Why are you you killing me? You messing with me. Messing with me, Google. You know, having a mouse would probably help this a little bit, but I'm usually pretty, I played video games with my mouse pad that you should have a precision mouse for. I've got some mouse pad skills, guys. I do have mouse pad skills. There's a gated community or some kind. I was just trying to get a better angle. See if I can zoom in. Google's videos, or their that car that drives by and records all this. I mean, that is so clean and crisp. Just a bad angle. Oh, there's another driveway. Yeah, let's go over there. I hope I'm not boring you. Feel free to leave if I'm boring you. New York. Yeah, Candy. New York is insane. I don't know how you live there. I can tell you one thing. It's not worth the money. There's other places I could live that pay more money, and that's been the encouragement from people in my life. You should just go to a place where they, where you can make more money. In a lot of ways, it's not worth it. I hear you. I've moved more than once in my life with 3 kids. 2 kids at one of the times and 3 kids one of the others without any hope. And I'm looking at my phone instead of looking at the camera. I apologize for my ignorance. With any hope of a job, and it was hard. It was probably unwise, but I did it. Yeah, this is a facility, guys. This is a mill. It's got the whole camera thing going on. The recording you and here, what's this say? Something construction. 16th. This is definitely 1615. That's confirmed. Something construction. Crane, train, plane. So maybe they've got more than one thing going on here. I don't know. Oh, it's fine, Candy. I don't really censor people. I do make it very clear that I'm annoyed by cussing. I really don't hold it against anybody. I don't want to be holier than thou. I don't want to judge anyone. The whole plank in my eye thing always comes to mind. There's a dude with the last name of Osborne. There's literally no way to find this one. This one is shrouded. 1615. I don't know why 1613 is up here. It's really weird. This one is very weird. But we see that there's a 1615. Now there's another way to search, not by the address. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the name. We're going to do Acacia Women's Center. That's how we'll search it. Okay? There's more than one way to skin a cat, my friends. Women's. Yeah, people disagree with me about the cussing thing. when I talk about not wanting to cuss and not liking cussing, see, there's a picture. Look at that. It shows the exact same thing we just saw in this big circular thing. I should have left that tab open because that didn't appear to be there based on my memory. So let's go back to the street view. Go back to the street view, which we know that street view can be like 2 and 3 and 4 years old. I get it, but we should be able to see. Oh, there. I mean, it tells you July 18. That wasn't long ago. This one might be shut down. See, this was just, 8 months ago. And what I'm not seeing, friends, is I am not seeing a circular sign. I keep on going to the top. You see this here? That right there. Way less grown. It does have time. So we could call him. What if I called him? I could call him. Be a bold move. I'm a dude, so I don't know what they think when a guy calls. They save my phone number and look it up and weird stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, let's do it. They're a couple hours earlier. It's a Monday. We'll see how it goes. Put them on speakerphone. Let you guys hear. A live stream. We'll see what happens. I'm not really... I'm a little nervous. There's just a little bit of butterflies because when I'm preparing to interact with evil, there's a little tiny bit of trepidation, but not enough to change my behavior. Hello? Hello?
Thank you for calling Acacia's Women's Center. May I help you?
Hey there, I was just confirming your guys' address is 1615?
1615 East Osborne.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And you guys are obviously still in business, answering the phone. Hello?
Hello?
I was just confirming that you guys are operating. You're still in business.
What may I say is calling?
I'm asking you guys are open for business, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm your guys' address. That's all.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, I could have done I identify as a female. So that's their address. 6 feet. She said the address, and yeah, of course she got defensive but the funny thing about that defensiveness that's kind of funny, which I just said the funny thing about it that's kind of funny. The kind of funny thing is, I said nothing that was threatening. Hearing voices, guys, and they weren't in my head, which is weird because usually the voices I hear are in my head. No, seriously, there's people outside. I was just making sure they weren't coming to bother me. I really don't like people bothering me. I really don't. But I just don't know. So we know it's the address. We know the name. Let's see what else I can pull up here. We've got a Yelp. This one's tricky. Gotta figure out. Why does it matter what my name is? So you can write it down? I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna post my number and name? I mean, you could just put a phone number. Hey, if this phone number calls, just ignore it. I mean, why do you need my name? I don't want to look at stupid ads. I just, as a part of streaming this. I've been at abortion clinics, Arizona. How else? How else can we tackle this, guys? Why can't I find it? Why can't I find it? They're not paying taxes. They're... What is the deal? You all understand how it literally makes no sense. It literally makes no sense at all. I know that there's a difference between a physical address and a mailing address, but this is a physical address, in which case it should absolutely show. This is how this works, guys. It's how this works. Let's go to... I'll leave that tab open. I'm going to shut some of these other tabs down. So it's a whole lot. Let's go to the GIS. Sometimes that's a simple enough. Maybe we can gather more information here. Let me leave this open so I can see what's going on in the comments. She doesn't know he's a man. Hey, actually, funny enough, 95% of the time when I'm calling someone, I'm actually probably the best man to call a place because I get called ma'am almost every time. When I say 95% of the time, when I'm on customer, like talking to customer service or whatever, I get called ma'am all the time. Doesn't hurt my feelings. It's funny. It's annoying a little bit. It's just confusing. There's nothing I can, literally nothing I can do about it. I could try and deepen my voice, but I don't care. It's not that big of a deal because I know who and what I am. Discrimination, and it keeps us alive. Sometimes I just like to throw their dumb terminology, yeah. It's sir. Very rarely do I ever even correct them. I just let them have their fun thinking that I'm a woman. And I just do the whole conversation. Okay, have a nice day, ma'am. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mean, they're not going to change who I am because they think that I'm a woman. It's not how it works. All right, so you see all these lookups. So we don't have the parcel number, but what we do have is personal property. Account owner name, we don't have that. We don't have any of that. We don't have, what do we have? We have the zip code. We do have the zip code. We could look up all addresses based on a zip code. It was, well, let's go to this one. This should be it. 8516 with a 0 in between. This is, I have little tricks to memorizing stuff. I'm sorry. 8516 with a 0 in between. It's just one of the ways I'm usually pretty good with numbers. Usually pretty good. Check to search. We'll just click search. Yeah. There's going to be like way too many addresses. So that's this entire area. Okay, address or intersection. We can do this. 1615 East Osborne. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's interesting, though. Drive. It was road. Sometimes there's address discrepancies. Let's see here. No, it's not. Zoom. You're not going to zoom in? Where'd it go? All right. Click there. Double click. Double click again. Double click again. Just click zoom to. I wonder how many people will watch this video and just be like, oh my gosh, why doesn't he just... So what this does is it gives us a parcel number. That's weird. 8515. See, sometimes that can throw things off too. When we have a zip code discrepancy, that can throw things off in the tax records. Guys, why is this? Why is this? This is being tricky. Why can't you? You can't give me any more information. Well, we got 110, 27, 25. 110. Is that 1.10? No, it's 110. 110, 27, 25. At least we'll have the parcel number. So I need to go back here and not distort our information because it's not FM services. Looks like somebody's been working on Arizona, maybe Face Palmer. It's not FM services. That was erroneous, related to a different address, so we can't rely on that. 11 dot. Ugh. You're really good with numbers. You already forgot that in such a short amount of time. 27, 25. I just don't want to get it wrong, guys. 27, 0, 25. Parcel. If you're not familiar with parcel IDs, it's kind of like a uniform, but it's not uniform across states, but it's just a method to search an address. So sometimes what you do is you take that number and you search that, and somehow it unlocks. Not all the time. This one's going to be tricky. This one's going to be tricky. With the APN, I just pointed to it, but you look at the APN down there. So it pulls up 1615 appropriately. It says 8515. Google has it wrong. Got College Homes. What the crap? What does that even mean? Ah, there we go. There we go. Look at that. See, that wasn't that hard. So this is success. This is what success looks like. I lost the chat because my phone keeps on going to sleep. I've got to go back to the video. It's all good. It's not a big deal. But this is success. I'm really happy to have gotten here. So what I did there, and it's convoluted. I get it. It's extremely convoluted. But I had to identify what the parcel address was, and searching the parcel address gave me the proper information that I was looking for, as opposed to the address. The parcel address is like the social security number of an address. That's a metaphor, and if you think you can do better for a good metaphor, then, fix me, do better. It was last dated 2012, blah, blah, blah. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and this is legit information. This is good. So we're going to go on owner address. Going to do that, and then I'll change this. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and turn it into a note. Follow me? You'll get to see this process. Click here. I thought I did X. I thought I did X. Yeah. Enter. Gonna go back up. This is going so slow. My computer does not like me. Alright, it doesn't want me to cut, which is fine. Whatever. We'll deal with it. We want to insert note, and we're just going to paste. It's fine. I mean, it saved it. So now we're going to go back over here. We're going to take the owner's name, Imperial Holdings. We don't have to know their name. The address, and knowing that that's the mailing address for the owner, that's the important part. Okay, if we can get the name too, that's nice. We can personalize it, personalize everything. Good to go. If not, it's fine. We have the address. Like Calvin P. Winter, you can say, Dear Calvin, but we've got the mailing address. That's the important part. Okay, so that wasn't that hard. It took, it took a while. I don't know how long I've been streaming. I keep on hearing doors. Always creeps me out. Thanks for advocating for me. If I'm not being attentive to the chat. But I want you all to recognize just how monumental that was, that I was able to figure this out. See what happens when we click on that. See, I mean, you can click on that and then you can see how many other places Imperial Holdings holds. And look at this. 2. It looks like just 2. It's using a cross-reference word of Imperial. It appears, but Imperial Holdings specifically, as the owner, appears to own 2 triplexes. One in College Homes. It's the name of the subdivision. It has nothing to do with college or homes. It's just a name. But they also own 1332 North 50th Street, Phoenix, Arizona. So no telling what that is. We've got the Arizona list, 1332. I mean, if they owned 2 facilities, that would be creepy. But here's our Arizona. No, Arizona's down here. Do we have a 1332 in Phoenix? Nope. So it's another unrelated property, more than likely. Not a big deal. But what you can do, is you take Imperial Holdings. I'm just copying that again. Come right up here, paste it, check them out. Just check them out. Dude, Preacher Bear, I really appreciated you talking to that kid. He was cheeky. It was good. I liked how you talked to him. Again, I encourage you to pray. Hey, is there anything in your life that you'd like, to be fixed? Is there anything that seems to not be going very well? Obviously, there's going to be different vocabulary in the British vernacular, colloquialisms and stuff, but like, hey, is there anything I can pray for you? It's a powerful technique when you're doing street evangelism. All right, so I looked up Imperial Holdings. For some reason, Emergent Capital is getting associated with these guys. Whether or not that has anything to do, we don't know. They might be on the NASDAQ, possibly. That's an Inc. though. Say, don't get distracted. You got to pay attention. Succeeded to the business of Imperial Holdings LLC and its assets. Interesting. Let's click on the top one here. Real estate company with 1 employee. That makes sense. 1 employee. Are you seeing that? 1 employee. Might be able to find a name here. Do we have a name? Frank Mangiano. I am primarily a notes investor based out of the Warrenton, Virginia area. But he owns 2 properties in Arizona. Make sure to friend me and like my Connected Investors profile. Listen, he's a businessman. My assumption is that this is hypothetically, there could be more than 1 Imperial Holdings LLC. This might not be the same Imperial Holdings LLC. It might not be the same one. So I can't just save this guy's name. I have to confirm that it's the same guy. I just want to barf every time I see the picture of happy females on these websites. Makes me... nauseates me. Imperial... Actually, I already have it. Arizona. So you want to add limiters so that you're making sure to... You just want to make sure you're getting the right information. Imperial Residential Holdings, LLC, that's likely a different company. I'm not clicking on that. It's a different name. When it comes to registering your business, the name is the name. This is Florida. That's interesting. That's another thing. Business registry. You can go to the business registration. I don't know if there's a good resource like Netter. Netter's all about taxes, right? if we could find another good resource for looking up business license and the owners of those licenses, somebody help out with that. That would be really, really good. I'm neglecting the chat, but okay. Limited, Imperial Broadmoor, blah, 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 blah. So it's, again, not easy. I mean, you could literally just do business registration, look up Arizona. Let's try that out. Let's try it out, see what happens. I plan on shaving today. This is just like a week's worth. I don't like to shave more than once a week. So I try and do it Sunday or Monday. Shaving is so frustrating. I would never shave, but like, I don't like this, and then when it gets really long, I just can't help but like want to rip my beard out. So I need to keep it tight. This could be it. I'm getting myself distracted. We've had up to 10 people, back down to a select few. Try not to bore you guys too much and make use of our time here. Businesses, trade names, blah 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 blah. Let's just search. I don't know. I mean, it's probably not the best way, but figured give it a try. Yeah, no results. Business, trade names, Notary Public, partnerships, LLC, limited liability corp. Yeah. Try this. Try this. See if we can look it up. No, that's not going to be it. Trademark classification number list, popular questions, trademark, public records request. Why is that a PDF? Oh, it's a form. Where did they get? I mean, I had a business. People found me. I mean, granted, I wanted to be found, but I didn't go to great lengths that I know of. Trade name registration, trade name renewal, trade name assignment, cancellation, entity search. That's what we're looking for. Staring me in the face. That's what we're looking for. Let's close these other. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. Probably close this one too. No, I'm going to leave that one because you never know. Could be the same guy. That's what we're trying to figure out. So, file number, owner, agent. Yeah, look at that. LLC. So, that's what we're looking for. We're going to search like that. Yielded no results. What do you know? So, how do you own a property? It means you're not can you own a property in another state and not be registered in that state? The answer is no. You can't do business in a state without a business license in that state. The business license is public record. Where do I find the business license, and why is it not right there? Because the man person, whatever, clearly owns property there. He owns two properties. And somehow, business license lookup. License search Arizona. Try that. Try that. Gave up shaving for Lent. That's hilarious. What a sacrifice. Here's the big key for anybody that's still here. Getting the parcel ID, right? The social security number of the property, basically. Okay? And searching, and then running the exact same search again with that. That's the key. That obviously unlocked some special. You wouldn't think. It's like, yeah, but you found it. You wouldn't think that it would unlock something, but it unlocks something. It's kind of interesting. Kind of suspicious a little bit. Corporations. Does not record corporations, or that could be an Arizona specific thing. I might go to that other link. Does not record corporate LLCs for the state. Oh. If you want to file a corporation, you will need to contact an entirely separate agency called the Arizona Corporate Commission. Ah, okay. You're just saying that that's not our job. So I need to go to that other link. I mean, I could have just clicked there, but what I need to do is I need to go here, I bet. Business. Well, maybe not. Let me go back. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I'll click on their link. I'll click on their link. That's fine. Oh boy, what have we got here? It's just so much stuff. I want to submit a public comment. We could do that. Lobbyist, public record search. Let's try that out. I see that my camera is blocking a little bit, but I made it really small. I'm new to this little recording and all that stuff. It's kind of new. Click here to search and view publicly registered lobbyists. Click here to learn how to electronically file public records. Let's see what this is. Lobbyists. It's a world I don't understand. I mean, I've heard about lobbyists, but I don't even understand how a person becomes a lobbyist. If they're getting paid directly, indirectly. I don't know much about it, pragmatically. So I'm clicking that, nothing's happening. So you only can do these two things. Let's search it this way then. It's probably not going to work, but. Oh wow, look at that. Pages. Well, that's not going to work. Arizona Corporations Commission. Ugh. Oh gosh. Yeah, I hear you. Ballylots. I hear you. There's also this website that I want to share with you. Melissa Data, and like I had said, this website is incredible. Let's see here. Look up any company in the U.S. Guys, I want a subscription to this website so bad. You can do a certain number of free searches. We'll do AZ. I don't know why M is what I typed. Let's just do that. See what happens. See what happens. Look at that. See this, dude. I am telling you, Melissa Data is what's up. And you're like, well, why didn't you tell us about Melissa Data way back when? I think I mentioned Melissa Data before. I might have even put it in as a link. So remember back to when we found their address. We've got P.O. Box 34011. So all I would do here is go 34011, and nothing comes up. Whoopsie. Nothing comes up. But what's the name of this? What is this thing? What we want to do is we want to go here. We go Imperial Holdings LLC, and we need to look at these results. So we've got Katy, Texas. We've got Austin, Texas. We've got, all right, so we've got 2. And when we looked at this guy, may or may not be the same guy, but we did find this. This dude is based out of Virginia and Fort Myers, Florida. And there's not a match that would make you go, oh, we found it, right? We got a comma though, right? So you got to pay attention because a comma can be unimportant but restrictive. So let's do a delimiter. What the S? We need the S. The S is good. That opens it up a whole lot more. So what I want to find is there any Floridas or, so we've got a Boca Raton there. So we need to look for Fort Myers or any Virginia. Where did we go? Where did we go? Here. So we're going to look for Fort Myers or Virginia. So Hollywood, which actually might be near Fort Myers if I know my Florida. There's a couple of cities that are really close together and they're pretty much the same thing. Waco, Texas. Now that's a completely different name though. So yeah, and you can even look at that. Melissa Data is great, guys. You see how you can just export. Easily obtain data with JSON or XML. 1 credit for each request. Okay, so it would cost you. See, the way that Melissa Data works is you have to purchase credits. So if anybody is looking to contribute to this plan, a subscription and credits for Melissa Data, and we're not talking about a lot of money, guys. I mean, I'll go to the pricing here in a minute. I was just trying to see if I could find anything at all. Imperial Holdings, yeah, we need LLC. So really it's between these. Scottsdale, Arizona, look at that though. That's in Arizona. So this could be a winner. And we've got an enterprise key. So what can I click on? Click on this, see what happens. See what Melissa pulls up. Oh, it pulls up. It was about to make me pay money there for a second, but it's like, oh no, you still have a little bit of free credit. Imperial Holdings LLC 12440. Wish there was a name. No telling, guys. There's no telling. But again, you don't have to go this deep, you know. We already had a victory. We have the name, and we have the address. That's good enough, guys. It's good enough. You can move on. You can move on. Once you've got a name and an address, you can just move on. And then the other thing is I called them, right? You can find their website, any of that. So I found them. So when you're on here, I want you to do this. Why don't you go 03 11. Whoops, I don't know what I'm not typing well. 19 and tab, and look at that, turns white. So we need to update these. Update them so that we can move on, right? Let's make sure to do that. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, it's cool. Helping with chores is great. Good stuff. Again, you know, it provides a website link. I mean, the amount of information on this spreadsheet is pretty incredible. I mean, it is really, really good. We're going to make use of this. And we're going to do mailings shortly. We just need to do a decent amount of research first. So the 2 updates that you may or may not have been here for, I want to tell you that I was extremely incorrect in the number of facilities that exist. I had said 1,790 something. As of today, there's 702. So that stat was 11 years old, which means 1,100 facilities, nearly 100 a year on average, have shut down, which is incredible. Hypothetically, if that trajectory continued, that would be 7 more years, and then all of them would be shut down. One of the important issues that's been brought up over and over and over again is we need one of two things if all the clinics do get shut down. The solution, it will be a problem. It's obviously a great thing and a solution to a problem, but it also raises more problems. So we need discipleship of mothers, okay, and we need adoption. We already know that there's literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people on a waiting list to get babies. People that adopt, and that's, I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of kids that need adopted at 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. They need adopted. And that's very, very, very important. And hopefully God will call and raise up people to do that. Most people that want to adopt, maybe most, yeah, I'm going to say most, based on what I've seen and read, most people that want to adopt, they want a baby so that it's fresh. I'm not trying to objectify the baby, but like, take my words. Don't read into my words. Just think about what I'm saying, the concept of what I'm saying. Don't scrutinize how I'm saying it for the sake of. Anyway, they want to start new. They want to be that kid's only parents for the sake of the child and the child's mind. So I already know that there's tons of people that would be happy and ready to adopt. I know some personally, many people in my church, and there's many more in this country. So I don't think that problem is nearly as big. It's certain hurdles that are created by I don't know who, the enemy, that are preventing these people that want babies from getting them. And it just doesn't make any sense. And while very many people that want to adopt um, would be happy to have a healthy baby, they're not so closed-minded that they wouldn't take care of a baby and raise a baby and love a baby that had issues, profound issues. I know those people too. So that is what it is. This was another video to show examples of how to gain information. It appears that there's still 4 people here with me. I appreciate the support. This is an incredible website. It's associated with Operation Rescue, which is obvious. I just didn't notice, and the guy pointed out when I was talking on the phone. And yeah, and that's why we're getting permission, guys, to work with them. It's good stuff. These guys are great. These guys are really great. They're constantly adding information, and we will be a part of providing new and good information. Let me go ahead and scan over here. So they've got a naughty people list of these people that have done horrible, horrible things. I was really fascinated by the last names. I also noticed that there was a lot of, I don't know, look at a name like this, or this, or this. I wish it was just one long page. Yeah, dude. I was really... Look at that. This horrible, horrible person appropriating the mustache. But I love that they provide the... look at that name. Elias Bonruchi. Ugh. So many mustaches. It's embarrassing. But they dox these guys hardcore. I just noticed a lot of foreigners. That's all I was trying to say. I respect her. What in the world is that about? One brother. I expect better from you, sir. I expect better. And I mean that. I'm not even joking when I say that. I do expect better. I mean... But yeah, it's interesting when you scroll through and look at these names. Just thought that was interesting. So this is their worst offenders page, and you see the docs that they have on these guys. We'll just pick one of them. Akpulono. What in the... Akpulonu? Oh, look at this nice woman here. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. Let's see what this person did. Let's see. Because they dox them. They tell all the stuff that they've done. Wonder what doximity is. That looks interesting. Opposes the heartbeat bill. They usually show their crimes pretty blatantly. I'm not seeing anything right off. Maybe I missed it. Botched abortion. Left her on the table with... Yeah. Bleeds to death. Yeah, our patient siding with this killed her. I mean, this is somebody you see on the street and you wouldn't automatically just be like, oh yeah, that person looks evil. And some of them obvious. It's like, wow, I don't even know how that person got a medical license in the first place. It's confusing. A'alai Mehrdad A'alai. Let's check this guy out. Maryland. You saw that Moshe. We'll get to Moshe in a minute. Illegal unlicensed abortion clinic. Botched abortion. Abortionist. Botches abortion. Nearly kills patient. And I want you to consider that people that are on this, somebody possibly made $25,000 for exposing one of these people. So we got Moshe Hachamovich, Naresh Kumar Gandalal Patel. See, this is what I was talking about in regards to foreigners. This dude, what did he do? What did he do? If it's a good solution, check out that app to see what's... So look at this. This is what I'm talking about. What is that? What? Yeah, that's what's going on. Not only are they killing babies. You see this? What? But why would you need to do that? Because they hate God. Forcible oral sodomy. What does it say? They used the word... I can't even laugh. Oh, God. Being exposed to sin is, jury finds gynecologist not guilty. Jury clears Patel in assault suit. Ex-worker filed. Denies charges. Gloma Saborsta agrees to give up medical license, pay fine. Not practicing for the last 5 years. Gotta keep it up. Where's he from? Where's this guy from? That's interesting. I thought those guys were peaceful. I thought they were all about peace. It's really weird. I'm confused about that. Assista though? For real, for real? And for real though, even more for real, Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah. What is like the only Sista in Salt Lake City. Okay, there might be 7 or 8. I get it, but she was an abortionist. She's just Blumenthal. Oh, look at that. Lowerson. Look at that. Oh yeah. Praven. Oh, just these people, guys. Do you see this? Like, it's not just about getting angry, guys. Our hearts should be broken for these people. You know, I don't want to, I want to read this and be like, you know, go find this guy. I want to read this and say, guys, pray for this man. You know, that's the gospel, and I'll keep repeating it. Knowing that God can save that man. Let me find another one. I mean, that was terrifying. Let me find one of. I'm gonna find the one that I think looks the Finkelstein. That's an interesting name, Finkelstein. I think the first page. Oh, a couple of deceased ones. That'll put you out of business real fast. If you're no longer alive, that'll do it. A Finkelstein and a Finkel. Alright. No offense to the mustache man. But I think because of the mustache, you're going to instantly be like, oh yeah, that's not a guy that I would pray for. But I'm here to tell you, pray for this man. We were supposed to pray for our enemies. This doesn't look like a man that's easy to pray for. That's okay. You need to ask God to clean and purify your heart so that you have the ability to pray for the most vile people. Pray for them. Pray for their salvation. Because again, that's what makes it good news. And second is, if God couldn't forgive this man, what makes you think that you should be forgiven? God obviously can forgive anyone. His power, Jesus' power to save, his saving power is not outdone by any evil. You need to think about that. Like this video, who would have ever known that I'd be talking about the gospel in an instructional video? Well, guys, you need to hear this. It's important. The good stuff, all at the end of the video. Hey, Nicholas Brown. You need to pray for these people. And if God doesn't save them, you need to just, there's the other side. Pray that God's creative and just vengeance will be carried out to its highest degree. You pray for their salvation, and then the flip side is if they won't be saved, if they don't end up getting saved before they die, you pray for God's wrath to be justly brought down on these terrible, terrible people. But first, we should definitely pray for their salvation, because I'm just trying to tell you that the salvation of one of these people, that testimony is significant. And there are many. Nicky Cruz, I guess, is one of the guys that comes to mind. I mentioned him before. Yeah, man. It doesn't, I mean, listen, everybody can mow a yard. Like, the fact of the matter is there is always a way to make a living. And just because you used to make $300,000 a year, $700,000 a year, whatever it was, tax form showing Planned Parenthood paid $163,000 to Cliff Bloomstein. Is that this guy's name? Yeah. So they paid him, you know, a lot of money to do what he did. This should break your guys' heart, though. $7 hours a week, almost 200 grand. Perforated her uterus. Yeah, Planned Parenthood. They're the ones that are supposed to be doing it in the most medically safe way. There's nothing safe about murder. I don't understand why that's confusing to people. But anyway, abortiondocs.org is a very extensively helpful website. And you can look up the clinics and the abortionists. And then we have our spreadsheet. And I showed you how to do some research. And we are gathering information that they do not already have, and it will be beneficial to them. It will be beneficial to us. If you can recruit people to make contributions to have an account with Melissa, let's go ahead and look up. That's what I was going to do. I'm going to find out what the rates are, the credits. So it works. You have a certain amount per month for free. See, you get 1,000 credits for free. So for instance, I mean, in a lot of ways, we might not even need a paid account. But every email address or name that you search, I mean, we only have 702 facilities, but there might be 2 or 3 names per facility. So we won't need any higher than Tier 2. That's a lot of money, guys. So if you can find some, I'm being facetious, it's not that much money. It's a lot of money to some of us, though. But the cool thing is you can share an account. You share the login. You register, then every month we'll top off your account. It's up to 1,000 credits. You get free, clean, update, rich. Yeah, I mean 1,000's a lot, so we don't need it right away. We don't need it right away. But if you want to contribute, it's in my description. My PayPal link is in there, and I would just go ahead and have an account, and I would share it on our link. Melissa's good. Melissa's good stuff. Address lookups. Their data mining is just beautiful. So anyway, that's how it's done, guys. Look up a parcel ID, identify the parcel ID. We did that. I keep on going to the top. We found it via this, right? We went to the GIS. We found the parcel ID, 110-27025. We used that number in another search, 110-27025. We identified immediately the owner and the description, Phoenix, and there's the owner, and we've got the address, and residential. I just don't understand why it's residential. That's kind of weird. So I didn't even scroll down and look at all this other stuff, but sometimes we can find more information. It says west, and we definitely went east. Hopefully to God I didn't. Why does this say west? Did I embarrass myself again and think that I found something but didn't? This is frustrating. Okay, see where that is. Son of a gun. Wonder who else noticed that this said west. That's frustrating, guys. I wonder who else noticed that I was looking at the wrong address that whole time. I don't understand how this address doesn't exist. That's what I don't understand. Does anybody else understand? My head hurts. Hey, Diesel Bear. Hey, Diesel Bear. See, I mean, they've got it. They've got docs on them. Suite 100. I wonder if that makes any difference at all. We've got the abortionist name. This is information that already exists through Operation Rescue. The previous abortionist, the current Joel, Betty Goal. I'm just worn out on this. Ugh, it's just disgusting. So I had searched the wrong address and gotten all this information on the wrong address. It's really frustrating. Still valuable, though. What we're trying to identify, my friends, is the owner of the property, the landlord. And what this helped us see is that there's a Suite 100, which we didn't previously have. So that's why partnering with Operation Rescue is going to be beneficial. So we're going to put here STE 100, tab out, and so annoying. Congratulations, Nicholas. Getting a new job is an exciting thing. The excitement wears off about 3 to 4 weeks in. When you get to the point that you feel like, oh man, did I make a mistake? I want you to recognize that there's something called the curse, and it winds up being that by the sweat of our brow. And we don't take pleasure in our work because it's cursed. But thanks for the encouragement. I'm guessing you're talking to him and not me, Diesel. Look at that. This business is not accredited. Not surprising. Says it has a 0 complaints. Here's another thing. BBB has more power than most people recognize, guys. And that's another thing that we can do. Look at this. AIDS research. Oh, yeah. I bet. But this is another thing we can do. We could put Better Business Bureau complaints about every single facility. It's another idea. What is this website that I really like? Metro. It's not Metro. It's it's a business website that tells you business owner lookup. Wonder how the sometimes you search, guys. Hey, Curly. I'm guessing you're the Curly from Discord. Glad to see you here. You catch me almost crying on stream about 15 to 20 minutes back, maybe even 10, because I'm reading about these decrepit, horrible abortionist lives, and it's heart-wrenching to read and see these people sin. It's just so terrible. Is Sunbiz, I feel like Sunbiz is a Florida-only thing, and it's just popping up because of my geolocation. Justia. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a normal live stream. You're right, Baldy. I was trying to do research, and what happened is I thought I found it. I got really excited about how I found it, and then I found out that I was searching the wrong website or wrong address the whole time, and I had to undo what I had done. So far, I'm not showing excellent success. This is literally telling how. Teaching legal professionals how to do research. How about that? Short states database and registered businesses. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Query business information, search engines, and social networks. Yes. There's a website that starts with an M, and I can't remember what it's called, and it does a good job giving in-depth information. Hoover's falls towards the end of the article. It's a commercial. It offers substantial information for free. Come down. Here's in two parts, the top half. I've never heard of this. Oh, then you have to buy a report, I see. That's a crap ton of money. Well, 13 to 160, but still. $13 times 700 would be unreasonable. But you'd only do it for the toughies. I mean, we've had easy ones, guys. there's going to be difficulty in this, and that's why we need sleuths. We need lots of sleuths. Maybe we can look by, you can't look by address. Oh, that's frustrating as all get out. That's not going to help. Let's try this one. It is meticulous, Paulie. It is. This is. It's taxing. You have to do this in chunks, and it needs split up. You know, no one person can bear the burden of all this data mining, guys. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Nathan or Nate. That's disgusting. Concrete dust. Good grief, guys. My kids are playing. They're already up and playing. I'm going to have to transition my activity now. This has been a really long stream. The number was down to 3 for a really long time. It had been to 10 before that, and now it's back up to 8. There's a fluctuation, I suppose, of it's 4 o'clock my time, of what time people are getting on here, how they're being notified, and all that. No, I'm not discouraged at all. Nicholas Brown. I'm not discouraged at all. I get disappointed and stuff, but I know that this is a group effort, guys. I can't do this alone, and I don't want to discourage anybody else. I mean, again, not all of these were that hard. Let's try and set a record. I got 401. I'm going to try in 4 minutes to crank one out. So we're going to go to Georgia. Okay, we're going to try and crank one out. Georgia's where I grew up. Just picking it randomly. We're going to go to this one right here. Okay, it's in Atlanta. It's a suite. That's going to be particularly difficult. I'm gonna have to say a standalone building is more than likely going to be easier. Okay, but we're gonna try. So we'll search in that. We need to get the zip code. I'm just gonna run it through. You're gonna watch me do this as fast as I possibly can. 3029.7. 3029.7. We're gonna go 3029.7. And I started at 4:01 my time. This is Clayton County. which is weird. I didn't realize Clayton. I would have expected Fulton County. Are we sure we know where we're at? Oh, Forest Park. Okay, yeah, that's my grandma used to live there. It's pretty much garbage city. Sad. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to assessor. So like you saw there, by subscription only, you're not going to want to click on that because that's just money and extra time. All we need is this. We go to commercial property. I'm used to looking up personal property. Property search information is probably the link I'll need to click on. But I'll click here. So I am used to dealing with residential, right? And this is the resource I use for that. And that's why I know it's still available. Real property records, personal property, returned assessment notices. We'll do real property. Yeah, and check in with Operation Rescue. Because Operation Rescue has up-to-date information. So what we have is property location. We're going to do street name and then number. So the way that that works is we just paste there. Okay. That was 519, I believe. I hope. Whoopsie. Make that go away. Let me just type it in here. Yeah, 519. And that's all you do. 519 Forest Parkway. That comma probably shouldn't be there, but no biggie. And now what we need to do is delimit it by 100 or business name. We can rule some out. It's not Clayton. It's not eBanks. Well, I don't know that. It's not VFW. It's not Annie Ruth. Interesting. These addresses, though. That's weird. Is there a next? Oh yeah, this is long. I need to get to 519 somehow. What is happening with the world? Forest Parkway, Suite 100, 519. That delimitation of 519 did not carry over. Alright, so we got out of the zeros. Look, see how it's like going down and up. This is weird. Oh, now we're in a completely different road name. Forest Parkway, guys. Alright. Well, I bet you it's past, yeah, it's past 4:05. I was going to try and do that in 4 minutes. It's not a 4-minute adventure. That's what you learn in this situation. We're gonna get this down to a science, okay? We're gonna get this down to a science, guys. But for now, I'm gonna pull the cord. It's too much. It's too much. Hear my kids in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and give them attention. In a minute. Give me a minute. I've had plenty of minutes. It's time for me to go. Yeah, that's that. This isn't. That's not gonna work. We'll figure it out, guys. First point of contact or reference point is this, though. Just go to not this. Right here, guys. Right here. abortiondocs.org. Go there first. They obviously have all the places. Yeah, that's where I learned about Suite 100. And somehow, some way, I mean, we've got this. If we can't identify the landlord, then we use what we got. Okay, if we can't, yeah, we're not gonna do nothing just because we can't find the landlord. Okay, you just find a way. You keep going. But use abortiondocs.org for anybody interested in this. You need to find the link that I shared on the GroupMe if you want to participate in this document right here. You can participate in any way, right? The easiest way for you to participate is simply verifying operation and updating verified. And if that's all you want to do, that's something. The other stuff takes time. Finding doctors' names and stuff like that is a lot easier than finding the landlord. This landlord idea takes a lot of work, and that's okay. We need a lot of help. So share the idea with your friends online and in real life. And if anybody's interested, we are welcoming that help. And I'll keep on making these videos and see if we can develop it and work it down to a science. Okay? I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. See ya.